Hi guys, it's Pascal here. So in this video or webinar, I'm going to be sharing with you how I set goals and crush them. Like most people, you probably know me from online business, and how is it that some people are making it online and some people are not actually finding the kind of success that they want. Now, without further ado, I want to keep this very straight to the point. I'm going to pack this with a lot of information that it's going to absolutely be a game changer for you. Now, this webinar is not going to be anything like over the top talking. I'm going to be dropping some nuggets so that you can actually implement what I'm sharing with you. So, because at the end of the day, we see all these webinars, we see all these trainings online, and we struggle to actually um, get a hang of it and see how it works. Because of one thing, it's clearly goal setting. And in as much as there are so many videos out there that talk to you about how to set goals and how to achieve them, I have practically come to something that is very simple to implement and to understand how to separate yourself from the pack. Now, without further ado, a little bit of housekeeping, and I hope you find this amazing and it's absolutely going to change the game for you. Now, um, like I said, housekeeping. I'm just gonna share my screen. It's a little disclaimer. There's no everything I share with you in this online training and in this whatever I'm doing is basically what is actually working currently now, so that you can actually implement it and go run with it and you build your own successful business. Because I'm also excited to share with you guys exactly what I am doing now. Um, the disclaimer is basically to tell you that you are, even though I'm sharing these things with you, a lot of things factors do come into play when it actually comes to creating change. Your intention, your attitude, your zeal, your spirit, your inspiration, your ability to learn, ability to adapt to changes. And so, again, it's very simple to tell you that the result you're going to get is basically going to depend on your input. Now, without disclaimer, take the time to read it, and you can pause and rewind and do whatever you like with it. Like I always talk to everybody. I'm gonna be going straight into the point. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. Right. So, first of all, a little bit of intro for myself, so that you basically know who is speaking. This is going to be a goal setting webinar. Basically, a little
It's
bit.
19
Yep.
hours.
We're starting off now. Like I always say, this goal is going to help you reach your full potential. It's not about strategy or technique. It's about simple things that actually can get you to where you want to be. Now, my name is Pascal Wanaji. I started my online business in 2017, and ever since I started getting the traction in business, people reach out and ask questions, um, as if there's something special about me or there's something special about people that make money online. To be honest with you, there's nothing special. You're gonna get everything that you need to succeed online in this webinar if you implement what I'm gonna share with you. It's an absolute game changer. People will often wonder, what is it that you're doing? How are you doing it? And let me explain that. Sometimes you see some people and they have multiple businesses operating at the same time with staff of over like 50, 100 people working for them, and you're in your own job, just a mini small, maybe salesperson or a receptionist or something. You are overwhelmed with stress and you can't even finish your work for the day, and you're wondering, how do these people build this sort of businesses and just have freedom to do whatever they want? It starts with what I'm sharing with you here. What I'm going to share with you, it's very simple to implement it. You're going to have a long-term projection in terms of your ideas and your goals. This is not a wish, and you have to be willing to put in the work. Um, Again, you have to be humble. Like I said, I'm always humble to learn why we do what we do. Now, I'm not going to be talking to you about the strategies or the techniques or products to sell online. I'm going to be talking to you about you. And when I started my online business, the first thing I want you to understand is when you're about to set a goal, there's only two things you need to understand. I found it in a book that I read. You can pick it up and read it. It's called The Strangest Secret by Elle Nightingale. There's audios of it all over the internet. But why is it that so many people are not changing? In that book, Elle said something very simple. He said, the secret of the world is you will become what you think about. Now, the first time I heard this, I'm like, everybody's saying, oh, so I can start thinking about wealth or money, affirmations. And you see some people, they start saying, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich. And 6 months, 7 months down the line, 1 year down there, and they're still where they are. They don't have the money, they don't have the business, they don't have anything going. And so to some people, this thing's like law of attraction, it works. And to some people, they just don't understand it. How to make it. It's as if their own life is different. Now, here is the truth, the hard truth. What this simply means is you will become what you think about. It simply means that the power to change your life is in your hands. It's going to come from your thoughts. Now, when we are talking about goal setting here, most people start thinking about the future. They start thinking about how they are going to start a business online, how they are going to make their first 10K online, how they are going to make their first 100,000, six figure, or whatever they are thinking. They start running down the path of wondering how can they start thinking positive to attract that sort of income. Now, these secrets I found in this was very simple. It's basically, instead of thinking about the future, ask yourself, what exactly have I been thinking that brought me to this place that I am today in life that I am not happy with? That was where I found the secret. And I encourage you to ask yourself, how have you been thinking that has brought you into maybe a relationship that you don't like, or in a job that you're working that is not giving you the time that you want? Or, for instance, you can't even spend time with your kids. You don't have a good relationship with your spouse. What exactly have you been thinking that has brought you there? Because that is the key to the freedom that you're looking for. For you to accept that it's your thought that brought you to where you are today. And you have to understand how to change it and how to start thinking positive towards what you really want. Now, what you really want is basically the success that you're looking for, how to start a business online, how to have a good relationship with your spouse, how to have an amazing relationship with your children. Whatever it is for you, it is the success that you're looking to achieve. Now, like El said again, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Now, the first time I read this, it took me a while to understand it, and I highly recommend that you you understand what I'm trying to say here. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. What this simply means is success is a moving target. It's a movement you towards a particular goal. Success is not $10,000 a month. It's not happy marriage that you're going to achieve in 2 years time or 1 month's time. It's not the 1,000 extra one. It's not success. Success, my understanding is success is the actions, the lifestyle you create towards that target, towards that goal, dream that you have. Now, I want to share with you some of the things that has really changed the game for me. A lot of people look at online business as if it's something that is hard to do or something that is technical, or although it comes with a few challenges, the goal that I'm going to share with you, our strategy that I'm using, is going to absolutely be what you want to understand and how to implement it. Now, the first thing you have to understand is there's never been any better time in the world than it is today to invest in yourself. Now, when I talk about investing in yourself, I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about surrounding yourself with people who are going places with their life, so that whatever you're doing, it will drag you unconsciously towards your own destination. Investing in yourself is absolutely crucial. The money side of it is there, but the work side of it, you can buy a course, which is part of it, invest in a program. But if you don't open your laptop to build the business, nothing actually happens. So we are going to find why is it that we struggle to um, change ourselves or to achieve our goals is by knowing ourselves. So I'm going to share with you a few things that I've learned that you are going to understand why many people don't follow through to achieve much in their lifetime. It's because of their thoughts. I'm going to show you how thoughts work and how you can achieve them. Now, there are different types of goals, but why many people fail to follow through to change their lives and how to set goals to achieve them. That's what we're going to focus on this webinar. So, at the end of this webinar, you're going to learn why many people only achieve little in life, never really living the way they want to live. Great time, freedom, geographical and financial freedom. How to set specific targeted goals and achieve them. You think they have some luck or magic crystal. Nobody. I am telling you now, I don't have any magic ball crystal that I'm using to smash my goals. It's basically understanding something and implementing it. It comes down to simplicity. You are going to get access to the same training that I use. So, because a lot of people ask me, how to start a business online. I do help, I do train, I've helped more than at least 20 to 30, 40 people get their first 1,000 online. So that's my benchmark. Then from there, whatever you do, my goal is to actually help you get that initial traction, because that's where a lot of people struggle. From there, I've trained. I'm not bragging about this. I've helped people that have actually built e-commerce businesses and affiliate businesses and coaching and consulting business. One of the ladies I trained is in, I think, is it Switzerland or, I mean, UK. I've not met her. She has gone on to write her second book. She's launched her music channel, employed her daughter to. This is just testimonies I can bring to you. But my purpose of this webinar is not to hype anything up. It's just for you to start implementing. These people don't have anything special. This training is not just for online business. It will work for you in terms of your health, setting goals in your health, your relationship, and financial. Any area that you think is um, something that you want to improve. Now, there are different types of goals you want to learn. One is setting some goals that you know how to achieve. Now, that's not the type of goal we're talking about here. It's basically like you have a job and you say, I want to get another job. You already know how to get that job. It's just basically do the same thing that you've done before, apply for jobs and send out CVs and you get a job. That's that's more like going around in circles, in my opinion. Plan B type of goal is planning to get it. Maybe like something like you know how to buy a car, you start saving towards it, and obviously you go and purchase that car. Now, that's pretty much, there's no inspiration in that type of goal as well. The type of goal we are talking about here is the dream. It's more like the one you have no clue that when it happens, you know that God's hand is in it. That's the type of goal. Set goals that when it happens, there is no way I could have done this if not for the sake of God. So that's the type of goal we're talking about here. So why is it that people don't follow through with their dreams? It's very simple. Why is it that the average guy don't go after what they want? Why is it that smart people will pray to God for many time, for more time with their family, and opportunity will come to them to start an online business. They come up with excuses only to go back and continue pray to God for help. Now I saw myself in this bubble of let me come onto the camera so that you guys will see actually see what I'm doing. Um, I often came to this idea that I was praying so hard, and it was as if my own God was different. It was as if I was going through life in pain, and I go to church. Not that I don't pray, not that I was doing anything radical, but I felt as if God is not for me, and this world is for some special people. And you go through this cycle in life, and you start asking questions. And that was the point I got to where I said to myself, God, if there is a way and I find it, and I'm going to help people achieve the same thing. So if you're in this trance in your life where you're praying so hard, you're working so tough, tough jobs, multiple jobs, shift patterns, you don't have anything to show for it. Your children are just not where you want them to be, and your health is not where you want it to be. There is a way out, but you have to decide that you're going to go down that road. Let's get back onto the screen. I just want to help you um, get to what I'm saying here. So, first thing you have to understand is belief. In the book of Proverbs 23, verse 7, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. What did El Nightingale said is the strangest secret in the world. He said, you become what you think about. Where does thoughts come from? Where is your heart? That is what you believe in your thinking, your heart of hearts. You can be thinking, I want to start a business online. As soon as this comes down to, especially when it comes to financial stuff, challenges, there is maybe $100 to get started with the training that I use. At that point, you start questioning yourself. Your thoughts automatically changes. You start thinking of losing the money. You start thinking of, what if this thing doesn't work? Is this genuine? This all these negative thoughts cloud your mind, like it comes like flash. Not really, flash is just like something that happens. It just saturates your consciousness to the point that it paralyzes your actions, and it forces you to do things, not to follow through with what you said you were going to do yourself. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So why have our minds been clouded with negative thoughts? Let's go. There is This is very important that you understand what I'm gonna say with you here. Show you here. You have five senses. Every single human being on earth have five senses. We're gonna talk about how this impacts your goals. Because if you set goals and you're not achieving them, there are things that you're seeing every day that is not geared towards that goal, that is causing you to not take action. There are things that you're smelling, there are things that you're touching, people that you're coming in contact with. The taste of the food that you eat may probably the food that you're putting into your body is probably hindering you from your goals. Things that you are hearing every day, especially what you are saying. When I say things that you're hearing every day, the first thing that might go to your mind is start looking at what people are saying outside. Online business doesn't work. Online business is hard. Online business is tough. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what you're saying to yourself that you are hearing. Remember, the secret is you become what you think about. When you say to yourself in those quiet moments when you're in front of the computer and say to yourself, man, I don't know if this is real. What are you hearing? It's not, it's real. This is not for me. This is hard. I don't think I can afford it. This is expensive. That is what I'm talking about. That is what you're hearing. What that does is it clouds your conscious mind and it saturates your subconscious mind. Automatically, you don't do anything. So the ones you want to focus on mainly if you're getting started online is basically the seeing and the hearing one, especially the hearing one. What you hear every day is absolutely key. Now, why do we succeed? Those of us that have gone through this process and we're still on it. Don't get me wrong, it's not a never ending cycle that you're gonna enter, but it's an amazing journey when you understand it. It's ability to understand your sixth senses. These are the part of us that is not being trained by our parents. If you're gonna set goals that you're gonna change, build dreams, you have to use your imagination. That is the God side of you. The purpose. Why have you been brought to this earth? You have to dream big. You always hear these things, dream big. Why don't you dream of earning $10,000 in a month? What's stopping you from putting in the work to get there? It's lack of imagination. You have to learn how to start using it. Now, the other one is perception. This is a very key one. Um, if I tell you now, this place I am is cold, there's an opposite side of it. Somebody can say, wherever you are may be hot. If there is up, there is down. If there is good, there is bad. If somebody tells you you can't succeed, whether it's you that is saying it to yourself, why don't you look at the opposite side of it and say, I am a successful person? If you don't understand how to hold this perception, understand this perception that there is dual nature that we have, you will struggle to achieve any goal. The other one is intuition, your ability to be intuitive, follow your gut feeling. You're watching this training today because your heart knows that something in you is drawing you to create beautiful things for your family, your children. Follow that feeling. It knows what God has prepared for you on planet Earth. Your ability to master your intuition, yourself, know thyself, that's going to be the game changer in certain goals. The other one is willpower, holding one idea in your mind. How many times have you tried online business? You tried it for a couple of weeks. Next thing you see an advert pop up telling you that crypto is quicker, it's easier to make money. In fact, if you invest 1,000, you get 15,000 next week. Other people have done it. Next thing you abandon that one you started and you invest your money into that crypto. Your money vanishes. It doesn't work out the way you think it will work out. It's something called lottery mentality, get rich quick mentality. It is lack of willpower to stay onto one course. For you to be able to set goals and achieve them, you have to understand this deceptive part of our nature that really saturates our mind with ideas. Your ability to hold one willpower, one idea into your mind and stick with it. The word there is stick with it and don't change until you master that art. It's not easy, but it's possible. The other one is reason and memory. Memory and reason is, you know what reasoning is basically, you're you have ideas. Ideas come into your mind. Why don't you start recording them, aligning them towards that goal? The moment you start thinking of something, the dream, the goal that you want, your reticular activating system in your mind will eventually begin to align things. Have you seen yourself? You bought a car with a rare color, and as soon as you bring it out of the driving lot, you start seeing multiple cars of that same color, that dress. Everybody also all of a sudden has that particular dress. And you're wondering, didn't you say it before you bought the dress? It's what's called a reticular activating system. Is bringing up things in your mind, in the past, to create the life you want. You have to understand how that works. Memory is your ability to look at what has worked in the past, what has not served you. You probably have been in a job for a very long time and it's destroying your family slow and steady. You know it. You've seen people that have worked the job you are, the marriages are broken, they don't spend time with their kids, and you're still in that same job, hoping to wishing and expecting a miracle to happen. But yours is going to be different. Use your memory to change your life. Start storing things that are helping you towards achieving your goals. Now, this is a very simple strategy. If you look on the left hand side, this is how every human being operates: negative and positive. That's the dual nature I was talking about, the perception. An idea will always come into your mind. Everybody thinks about, let's say, for instance, they want to start a business, they don't have any idea what product to sell. If you're not thinking about it, which is thoughts, it's not going to happen. Your conscious mind is God sending, you can't stop yourself from thinking. You need to understand that. But here is where what controls you have idea to change your life, start a business. It's all good, rosy. You launch, start setting goals. You're gonna achieve this thing within a very short period of time. Your paradigm kicks in, your subconscious mind. What is it really? This is the part of you that is working automatic. It controls you without your knowledge. The conscious mind is the part that thinks. The subconscious mind, below where I wrote that paradigm, is the part that doesn't think. It does not think. It can only accept. It's like a soil. Whatever you plant, what type of thought you have been planting there all through your life, watch your feelings, watch your actions, you will see the results. If you look at your bank account today, if you look at your marriage today, if you look at your children today, that is a very good result of what is rooted in your subconscious mind. If you have very good relationship, keep it up. If you have a very negative or not so good relationship, you need to change. You need to change the paradigm. And there is one way to change the paradigm. Is understanding when you start entertaining negative thoughts, what happens? It leads to ignorance. Like when I talk about starting a business online, if you don't have any idea where to start, it's more like you're ignorant. It leads you to fear. Fear breeds skepticism. It doesn't work. Doubt. You start to doubt whether this thing can actually help you. From doubt, you start to worry. Your body goes into dis-ease. It's in disintegration. The next thing is depression. It doesn't matter. Anything you plant in your in your subconscious mind will manifest itself in the physical body. I learned this too, bro. It will go through your feelings and show up in your actions, the way you think. The other side of it is positive. There's only two types of thought I always talk about. It's only going to be negative or positive. Don't complicate it. If you're not feeling good, you're saturating your mind with negative thoughts. If you're feeling good, keep doing what you're doing. And feeling good comes from study, educating yourself, investing in yourself. This is the first step in changing the paradigm. It leads you to understanding, just like what we're doing today. You are probably learning some of these things I'm sharing for the first time. It's You're gonna understand yourself, take everything I've been sharing with you, and to watch this training over and over a couple of times and start looking at your behavior, start looking at your patterns, your thought patterns. You will start to see and understand what I'm talking about. Then to change, it leads to faith. Faith is the ability to build a dream, call upon something that you don't know how you're going to achieve it, and start working on it today. That's what we're talking. You can't achieve a dream lifestyle without have faith. Faith without action is dead. When you have faith, you trust the process. When you have your ability, set goals and say, I am going to achieve this goal. You engage your willpower, which is finite, which will run out of time, but it's the momentum that you create, that initial momentum launch is what's going to do the job for you. Here is the process of creation you want to understand. You are created in God's image and likeness, so you are a creative being. The house you live in, before you moved into it, you sat down one place. Maybe, but let's look at the living room. You stood by the door. In your mind, in your creative mind, you sat down and said, I want the television on this hand side, hanging on the wall. I want the chair this side, and I want this color of rug, and I want this color of curtains. Everything was done through vision. It's automatic. You probably don't know, but that's how you created that room that you're living in right now. Then you started moving things around. You started talking to people, engaging the theory part of it. Maybe if it's a house, you went into work. You started moving the furniture, moving the TV. That's how you're living in that house. You know what, my friend? That's how you're going to build your online business. There's no two different ways about it. You have to literally sit down. With the training that I use, they show us how to sit down, write the vision. What exactly that you want? 4 years ago, I wrote I was going to build a business that was going to give me time with my family so I can help my children because I saw them, they were not doing well in school. It was only my son. I didn't have time to look at his homework. I said I was going to make my first $10,000 a month. I'm going to know what it feels like. To be honest, like Elle said, it doesn't really feel much difference. It's just normal after a while. You just realize it's normal. And all this was done in my mind. And I put it to paper, write it down. Then I went into work. When it came to building a business online, I said to myself, I'm going to do this. Now, this is how you start taking actions, doing the work. Because if you're looking at your financials today, trying to change your life, you're looking backwards. You're looking at your subconscious mind. You're not going through the vision. If you look at the third slide, you build from vision. And to do that, you need to make a decision. There's only two things you need to know: how to make a decision and discipline yourself. Tell yourself over the next 30 days you're going to build a business online. Can you do that? Can you make that decision? Successful people make decisions quickly as soon as all the facts are available. And firmly unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and they change them often. The 17 Principles of Personal Achievement. This was a book written by Napoleon Hill. How to make decisions. Can you today? I don't care whether you know where the money is, whether you know what to sell, whether you have any idea how online business works. It doesn't really matter. Do you have the guts, the willpower to say to yourself over the next 1 year that you're going to have your own successful business online that generates multiple income streams? Can you do that? The next step is discipline. Take a pen and write this down. If you're, you learn if you follow Bob, you probably know the line. I am so happy and grateful now that I earn $1,000 a month selling products online, and all my customers are happy using my product. You don't need to know where the product is. You don't need to know whatever that is. If you just write this down, print it, put one paper in your wallet, read it every day. The next step, put it somewhere you will see it when you wake up in the morning and before you retire at night. I am so happy and grateful now that I earn $1,000 a month selling products online, and my customers are happy using my product or service, whatever it is. This is just for a start. You can put $10,000, you can put $50,000. It doesn't matter. The goal is for you to take that vision. What will it feel like if you earn $10,000 every single month or $1,000 every single, no matter what your goal is, it doesn't really matter. Just know, what will it feel like for you if you can make that decision. The next step is your ability to give yourself a command and follow it. Rain, sun, no excuse. This is where the work is. Discipline. Over the next 30 days, you're going to love yourself, but you're going to commit. The pig was committed. This is where the rubber meets the road. Can you commit yourself over the next 30 days that you're going to open your laptop for 2 hours, learning something and implementing something, just 2 hours every single day over the next 30 days? Can you do that? This is now we are talking about what is going on in your mind. You become what you think. Are you doubting yourself? Are you saying so? What are you saying to yourself? What are you hearing? You're going to be successful, or it's going to be hard. I don't know if I can do it. Is it doubt, or is it positive? I'm gonna share with you tips. If for those of you that ask question about the kind of training that I use, I'm gonna post the link now, um, and I'm gonna share with you exactly how it's called, the all-in package. I'm gonna post the link. If you're watching the replay, the link will be somewhere underneath this video, and you can absolutely grab it yourself. Um, yeah. So I put a link now on the chat. You should be able to see it. If you're watching the replay will come up. You see the link around the video, maybe underneath this video. Now let's continue. For those of you that want to get started, you can use that link. I'm not gonna go through. I've explained the 3 things that you need to succeed online. Watch the video. The link to get started is underneath there. Just wanted to give you out that one before I forget. Now even though you sign up to the training, I'm gonna help you. Um, I'm gonna share some of my some of the things I do to help you um, stay on course, because I understand it, but you have to discipline yourself. Now, discipline is to some people is like punishment, but it's something that you love after a while, because you become, they said, part of a select group of people. They said out of every 100, you belong to the top 5. If you can stick with this training for 30 days, to create the life you want, you must obey God's laws. Now, over the next 30 days, these are the things I want you to do. The first one is love your neighbor as yourself. When I mean love your neighbor as yourself, I mean everybody you come in contact with, do your best to leave them with an impression of increase. Try and be of value to them without expecting anything in return. Give positive advice, never give a negative advice. Give help, support. That's what I mean, love yourself. Every single person you come in contact with is you. That's how you want to approach it. If you were in that situation, how would you help that person? This next one is ask for help. This one comes with ego. A lot of people struggle in life because they don't ask. And it's right there, Matthew 7. Ask and it shall be given unto you. Seek and the door. And you'll find. Knock and the door will be opened unto you. And the next step is understanding seasons of life. Things don't go according to like smooth sailing all the time in life. My life is not just all full of roses, like I tell you. I do have challenges, personal challenges. In fact, I'm going through some challenging family situations that I am working with my father to resolve. It's not easy, but we all juggle these things in life. So you have to understand. I understand that this is just a period of challenging. Sometimes because it's some people don't understand what you do, will misunderstand what you when you start living this way of life. Even when you want to help them, they don't understand it. They think you have something um, to gain. You're trying to sell them something. Or you're trying to gain something from them. That's why you're being so nice. Because it will appear that you're so nice, and they just don't understand that that's just the way you are. You don't want to see anything negative in people. You only look for the good things in people, and you acknowledge it. And the next things that you want to avoid is don't be selfish with your time and money. Why I put time there is go the extra mile in whatever you're doing at work today. Do your best to go the extra mile. If you're like a carer, just give a little bit more, 10% extra. Because these habits that you're forming of 10% extra, you need it to succeed in your business. You want to be above average. Don't forget that. Don't be selfish with your money. And this is the one you want to understand. When you're setting goals, investing in trainings and money and all that, sometimes you could feel bad that money is leaving you. I want you to stop that. It's a negative feeling. You need to understand it. Always know that any money that you're paying for a service or a training or a coaching is going to somebody else's family for them to eat or for them to feed or for them to do whatever good in the world with your money. So you should be happy it's going. There's never a lack of funds in the world. There's abundance. You need to understand that. Train yourself over the next 30 days around money if you're struggling with money. Don't try to do it by yourself. Now, this one is I do live training. If you happen to sign up to the training that I do live trainings on every Saturday. You probably will join. I'll send you an email to join me where I will monitor what you're doing based on your online business, how you're setting things up, and how to help you move along. Now, never go alone. Don't think it's just me and you. You will see meet amazing people that would you can even form business partnerships with. I have business partners that I haven't met, but we work along in a common purpose to build a better life for ourselves and our family. And it has been from surrounding myself with online entrepreneurs. Don't make don't make any mistake about this. People are making serious money online. You just have to be willing to participate in it. The training I share with you is Mentors. It's a coaching program that is intelligently directed to focus on helping you to create the life you desire. If your family is important to you, if your children is important to you, if your marriage is important to you, you want to start investing in trainings and support systems, coaches. I often tell people mentor is a must in life. It doesn't matter whether you're reading somebody's book or you're signing up to somebody else's program, that person is mentoring you. So it's important that you start surrounding yourself with books and people that are helping you, aiding you to achieve the kind of life and family you want to build. I hope this is all making sense. Now, this is how you want to set your goals. You don't need to have, there's no human being on planet Earth that has been created that sets a goal and needs no alteration. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Build a dream, right? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? 25 years from now, where do you want to be? Do you want to be a billionaire? Do you want to earn what, $500 million? That is my goal. 10 years from now, I want to what, $500 million. Do you want to own a company that employs 100 people, 1,000 people? What do you really want? It's time to sit down and write it down. You don't need, again, if it doesn't scare you, it's probably not a good one. You shouldn't know how to achieve this goal. Let the universe guide you. Not your intuition. Will tell you the products, the business, everything to get into. Where do you want to be a year from now? You need to understand how to break these goals down to a year. Like, let's say, for instance, you say you want to worth $500 million in 10 years' time. What is your strategy? Maybe you want to invest in stocks, real estate. So you can break it down to, I want to buy my first property um, this year. Then next year I buy two. Then next 3 years I buy four. Or next 4 years I buy 10. So it's kind of because the ones you have now, if you invest in, let's say, a property now that is cost like £1 million, and 10 years from now it's not going to worth £1 million. It's going to worth a lot more. So you use look at the evaluation and numbers of what people are doing around the sector that you want to get involved in, and start implementing the same thing. Now, if you're starting a business online, you can say, what is your, by the end of this year, you want to make your first $1,000 online. So how much, let's say that's a 6 months goal. So how much do I need to make that happen? How many leads do I need to make $1,000 in a single month? You look at it. Maybe you need, let's say, from my own numbers, let's say you need that's 10 sales, three. That's, you need about 500 leads. How much would it cost you to get 500 leads? If you're paying advertising, then this is going to be different for everybody. Let's say between $3 to $5 per lead. That's probably $1,000, 1,500. So you spend over the course of 6 months, you spend 1,500 to generate $1,000 every single month on. Is that something that you want to get involved with? I teach you the numbers and that one. Then you break those goals down. Okay, what would it cost? What can you achieve within the first 30 days? How can you start building a list and build this online business to achieve it in the next 30 days? How can you do that? Basically, you start doing something simple things like get your website ready first, launch, set up an affiliate business. You don't need a product or service. What can you do these first 3 days? Today, what can you do today to put you towards that path? Probably need to get onto the training, click the links, pay for it, pay the $100 to get started, then look at the training. Complete. There are 7 modules in the training. Going to say to yourself, you're gonna complete module one, 3 lessons today. That's the start. Tomorrow you're gonna do the same thing and the same thing. You take the action, knowing fully well that 6 months from now you'll be earning $1,000 a month on the side with your partner, with your job still. So the point here is progression, moving forward. I am not succeeding online today because because I I have any special talent. I just want to share that. I just want to share that with. I am not doing what I'm doing online because there is something special about everybody that you see online. They don't have anything that you don't have. It's very simple. They have goals. Like I said to you now, I've told you my goal is in 10 years' time to worth $500 million. You're not gonna beat me up whether I achieve it or not. But I have a strategy, I put it in place to achieve it because that's what I want. It might not be what you want. Yours might be just to build your first business this next 2 years or something like that, 6 figure or 7 figure business. Because my experiences in life is different. But my point is, for you to achieve any goal, you have to be moving. Part of my goal is to do public speaking. Bearing in mind, English is not my first language. So this webinar you're watching here is one of the things my mind told me to do, to share, to counter what people will say about me. Because every time I come on these webinars, before when I started, I usually say, what do I have to share? How can I help? How can I speak? What is my English is not correct? I always have all these thoughts, negative thoughts, trying to stop me. I lean into the fear. Today I do this very calm. As you can see, I smile. I do it very calm because it comes from practice. Now, if you put me on top of a stage now, I've spoken on stage once. I intend to do it multiple times. I'll crush it. I believe I'll crush it because the crowd wouldn't phase me because I've trained people online. I've done several things in webinars and all that, like 300 people. So the only difference is virtual and live. But I believe it's the same thing because my point here is when I started this whole online business, I was a delivery driver. I had no idea that I could do what I'm doing today. It's all by the grace of God. So what I'm sharing this with you is there is so much in you. You have a purpose in this world that can impact and change, enhance the life of other people, and equally enhance your life. Until you begin to step into your greatness. But the good thing is about God has already prepared these things for you before you were born. Most of us don't achieve it because we lack that humility to set goals. Saying I am not, I am, because all the things that you've gone through in your life is experiences that you look back and share your stories. I've helped people stay in marriages, not just my immediate family, few strangers that I don't know, sharing with them how to set goals, focus on business, focus on their lifestyle, and watch their family come back to them. And all say it's amazing when it starts. I tell them in the beginning when it starts happening, you look back and say, Pascal, this is crazy. It is simple, but it works. It's controlling what's going on in your mind. Let's wrap this baby up. I hope you find some value out of it. Um, yeah, Mentors is a coaching player, intelligent, followed actions over the next 30 days. I'm gonna put some links. What I want you to do is I'm gonna share because for starters, it's easy for your mind to be clouded um, with negative stuff. I'm gonna share with you what I did unconsciously. Looking back now, that was the secret to saturate your mind so that you can massively begin to take action to change your life. But you have to do it. I can tell you now, I've given you the secret. Let me tell you how this works. In the beginning, I told you I read a book. It's called The Strangest Secrets. I want you to order it. That is action. It's on Amazon, it's on eBay, it's everywhere. Order the hard copy and listen to it. Read it. Then go to, if you like, there's an app called SoundCloud. It's free. Or on Spotify, whatever you can find it. Buy it on Audible. But in SoundCloud, it's free. Google it, The Strangest Secret. Here's the test. If you're going to change your life, you have to literally do this. This is no gimmick. This is no high powered. It's free. Listen to that every day for the next 30 days. It's only 30 minutes long. Do your best, do it in the morning. Whilst you're signed up in this training, if you can do these two things, people will look at you 6 months from now and be wondering what's happening to you. Did I ask you for anything? The only thing I ask for you is once you find that secret, help somebody else. It is very simple. That's why a lot of people won't do it. When I learned it, I decided to do it. That's why you're watching me today. And I will share with you some of the things I've learned that can quickly, rapidly increase your results. If you're doing it for financial reasons, I'll share that with you. Strategies, things to start implementing from day one. But you got to be willing to be an action taker. It's not for the, it's not for everybody. All right. I hope you find some value out of this, and you guys will love this. God bless you and your family. Thank you for listening. I'm not going to do any live Q&A today. It's basically I've shared with you. If you're watching the recording, the links of everything I've shared with you will be under this video and the instructions on what to do. Please, let me share with you. I was listening to David. He said, "You are hearing me, but you are not hearing me. I've told you what to do. Just do it for the sake of your children. You will not regret it. I'm absolutely confident you will love it. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys on the next one."